Hello, everybody. We're live here on my channel. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Monday night. Very taboo, just out of the blue live. I didn't expect to do one of these, but I thought it would be a really good idea since it's Monday night and we're all back from our Thanksgiving weekends with our families or whatever you guys decided to do. Totally cool if you stayed home by yourself. I respect that as well. But there's no TV on right now, and it's Monday night, and I've been wanting to do some more YouTube lives and kind of catch up with you guys and spill a little tea. So I decided to do a live here on Monday night, and I think we should do this every single Monday, but let's see how the live goes. Definitely want to give you guys as much like headroom as possible so you know when the lives are coming. But I think if we get this like routine going, we'll see the vibes. So welcome to the live. I see we have Riri here who made my thumbnail for this live, which turned out so beautiful. So appreciate you. And we have Selena. So welcome. I'm sure a few people will filter in as we do the live, but as mentioned in my Instagram story, it will be saved. So you can always watch it later. But we obviously have a lot to get into in regards to Bachelor Nation, Dancing with the Stars. I want to share what wasn't shown at the reunion because a lot of people were asking me to like make a video about it, but I was away, and Dancing with the Stars and Greg and Victoria, Vinnie and Gabby. Just a little bit of drama with reality TV. I actually just did a TikTok on Zeneb and Cole from Love is Blind. I don't know if you guys are following her on TikTok, but just the other day, she posted a video and basically said that you guys are all in her comments. Let me read it to you guys. She says, "You are all in my comments, mentions, and DMs about him. I'm having coffee with his ex-wife." So I just caught this like 15 minutes ago, but I guess she posted last week. But that's just so funny because if you guys didn't know, on Love is Blind, Cole had an ex-wife. So the fact that Zeneb, who was engaged to Cole, literally is getting coffee with Colt's ex-wife. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's hilarious. Like, what? Why do girls always do that? Why do girls always like to hang out with each other when they're exes? I need to know if anyone has an opinion on this because it's just such a thing when two people date the same guy. And I guess it could be roles reversed as well if two guys date the same girl, or if two guys date the same guy, or two girls date the same girl. Um, it's just such a thing where exes just bond. I guess it's like depends if you've been in like toxic relationships or something. But exes are just always finding a way to bond. We also saw Johnny and Katie. They recently like followed each other on Instagram. I don't know if that means they become friends or they DM'd, but it's just like funny timing when like things happen with couples. So hey, King Asante, welcome to the live. Selena says to get the tea. Riri says the girls bond over the shared trauma. Yeah, I get that. But don't you guys also think it's a little shady? Like, I get that you're hurt by the person that you broke up with, but don't you think it's a little shady when you just like are so quick to become friends with the ex? And like, obviously, like if these people are on reality TV and they're in the public, like we're paying more attention to these things. And sometimes people just do things to kind of keep people talking about them, which I also respect for clout and stuff. But still, why does everyone do this? Selena says when they're toxic. I don't know. But we're going to get all into some fun topics tonight. But I did want to share some products that I'm using. I think that it's kind of fun to just bring new products to introduce to you guys, just because I do get a lot of PR packages. So I want to make these like lives more just about reality TV, but also about like some of the products I'm getting. So I got these bath clean beauty products from Aloe. And I just took a bath and they're so beautiful and comforting. And I'm going to read them to you guys. And maybe you can check them out if you are looking to take baths. I know in the winter, everybody takes baths. Like I recommend everyone take bubble baths in the winter. So this first one is the Alma Powdered Clean Beauty. They renew and glow body polish. And this is a scrub to gently exfoliate and deepen, moisturize, revealing smoother skin and all over radiance. Buff away dryness and roughness to reveal new healthy looking texture with coconut, meadow foam, and sesame oils infused with glow boosting amla. I can't say that word. It just says massage a handful onto wet skin. So this is what you use in the bath when you're cleaning. It's basically just like soap. And then this is the Mindful Magnesium Bath Soak. So I took a bubble bath tonight, or it's not really a bubble bath. I was a little confused if I was like doing it right because this is the first time I tried it. But you just put 2 scoops in of this, and it just makes your skin feel so smooth, and it smells really good, and it's just very refreshing. So I just wanted to recommend a couple products for you guys. So definitely check it out. It's not even a sponsorship; they're just PR boxes. I mean, eventually, if these lives kick up and we make this like a weekly show, I'm sure I can get these sponsored. But I figured I would just share some fun PR packages just so you guys have like new products to be introduced to. I don't know. Is that something interesting? I feel like I always want to learn what new products are out there. Especially as I'm like trying to get into the wellness space. Like I want to have clean skin. I want to smell good, you know? And then I also have this Cora Organics Minty Mineral Hydration Mist. And this is just a pro tip. I think everybody should use face mist. Like, literally, it just makes your face smell skin, it cleans your face, you don't have to get your hands all moist or touchy if you're using cream. Like, if you're ever just going out of the house, there's nothing wrong with just spraying a little facial mist, no matter what you have. It's super cheap, and I think it's just, like, a fun product that everybody should have daily in their life. Facial mist. It's so easy, and then I also recommend butter mist. I can't believe it's not butter mist, and then spray all your food and put a little extra butter. Hollywood Neor 1947 says, "Hi Zach, this season of The Bachelor in Paradise has the same plot as The Room by Tommy W. Since Victoria is a lot like Lisa and Greg Grippo, looks like Mark, and shares a name with the Greg." Hi Jordan, how are you? Okay, that's an interesting thing, and that definitely segues into our next topic. I wanted to talk about Greg and Victoria going on Nick Viall's podcast because that's going to happen tomorrow. And I feel like I'm excited to listen to the podcast. I'm excited to hear what they have to say. Johnny did 2 podcasts last week. He did the Almost Famous podcast, which I listened to. It was like an hour long, so it was long. I summed it up on my TikTok and Instagram. There is a highlight on my Instagram story that says pod recap. So you guys can go on there for 4-page Spark Notes of my notes app. Or you can go to the TikTok, which I also uploaded on YouTube as a short. And it's like 1 minute and 40 seconds recapping the hour podcast. But if you didn't listen to it, but if you did listen to it, you know that we heard Johnny's full side of the story. We heard that he believes there was some type of emotional cheating between Greg and Victoria. He believes that, he said that Victoria was jealous when he was on Gabby's season and the world knew him as someone who was dating Gabby, when in reality he got engaged to Victoria because the Bachelorette films, they ended in June? They ended in May, right? And then Paradise started filming in June, and then they air Bachelorette in July, and then Paradise airs in September. So the timeline is just off. But a lot of people really felt bad for Johnny after listening to the podcast and hearing his side of the story last week, as well as I. I love Victoria. I support her relationship with Greg, but I also did feel bad for Johnny because he basically said that that was supposed to be his happy moment on the couch with Victoria. They were supposed to be happily engaged, and he ended up sitting in the trailer by himself. He begged the producers for a phone so he can call his mom because this boy was so shaken up, while Victoria is getting her happy moment on the couch in a happy relationship with Greg, and they're showing off their tattoos. Like, you gotta feel bad for the guy. Like, he has been through so much, and to see Victoria move on so quickly, I mean, what we're gonna, feel like, probably hear tomorrow is that, like, it's been 5 months. The show ended 5 months ago. Like, her and Greg had some type of friendship before, so it's kind of easy to pick up a relationship when you have like that foundation already. So I think that kind of gives Victoria and Greg some leeway or understanding to why fans will understand their relationship. I think a lot of people are supporting them because they're so hot, but it also is kind of, and also it's a slap in the face to Johnny in some way. But then again, like, Johnny and Victoria had a toxic relationship. She wanted to move on. Like, there's just so many layers to this, which is why they both have both sides. And we heard Johnny's side last week, so we're going to hear Victoria's side tomorrow with Greg. I'm so excited that it's coming out so soon. Like, why make us wait? I know some of these Bachelor interviews that we are just like dying for. They make us wait 3 months, 4 months. Like, I would love to see Gabby do like a full length interview. And I really do like Nick's podcast. I think he always does a good job of like just really ramping up the Bachelor tea. He gets good guests, he asks good questions, and I think that a lot of complaints have been, why is Victoria going on Nick's podcast? They're friends, it's going to be biased. And I totally understand why people think that and are worried about that. But I also think when you want to tell your side of the story after a very dramatic show as a reality star, it almost just makes more sense to go on a podcast with a host you're comfortable with. Like, think about how many reality stars and celebrities, they don't do interviews with everybody. Like, when my friends are working on red carpets, some of them are at smaller outlets. They don't always get the opportunity to interview like the highest celebs. Like, sometimes there's only certain outlets like E or Entertainment Tonight that can get those exclusive interviews. But when you know the reporter and the journalist, then I feel like it's better to get more organic conversation and actually spill tea because you're comfortable with the person interviewing you. So I'm not trying to be an apologist. I'm not trying to defend Nick or Victoria. Like, no, I just feel like it makes the most sense for them to go on Nick's podcast because I feel like they're already friends and that's just why it's easier. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be tomorrow. So I'll be sure to do a 2-part recap, a 3-part recap. Let me know if you guys are excited about it tomorrow. If you guys are excited for the podcast or if you're just going to watch my recap, because I feel like a lot of people, they don't want to watch the hour episode. They don't care about Nick. Some of them don't, some people don't like him. So I put up a poll. It was like, most people are just asking me to make a recap. So I'll do one. Don't worry. I got 4 parts for you tomorrow. Maybe not 4, but 3. Molly says, hi, Zach. Excited to hear about the podcast tomorrow too. What's up, Molly? Thank you so much for joining. I just saw Molly in Austin this weekend. I went to Austin, Texas. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about that as well. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Austin, but I'm just like so obsessed with the city. I can't stop raving about it. Like, you guys are probably like, oh my God, like, we get it. But then when I talked to my friend Rivette on the phone, hey, Riri's Tea, she was like, now I want to go to Austin. So if I can influence you guys to travel anywhere in the country, Austin is the place to go. It's my favorite city in America. That's not Los Angeles because I live here for a reason. Like, if I didn't love LA, I wouldn't be in LA. Like, there's a huge entertainment industry here. My career is here. I've like built a life here and I love Los Angeles, but I also like I can't leave LA. Like, I love it so much. But Austin is like my second favorite city. I don't know why. I just had to go on that rant because I was like, oh my God, I need to move to Austin. Like, it was that pretty. So it'll just be my fun city that I go to for now on, like every year or twice a year, because there's just so much to do there. Molly says Austin has that effect on people. No, but like, it does. Like, I got homesick at the end, but the only reason I got homesick is because I missed being in my own space, in my own privacy, with my own kitchen, with my own bathroom. Like, if I had like a hotel or an Airbnb, like, I feel like I would have extended my flight and ended up staying in Austin longer. Like, for real. Like, that's how much fun I was having. I was like, I would have stayed another couple weeks. Even though, like, every time I look to my right, which I do this on live a lot, it's because my calendar is right there. And I have like a big square calendar, which is where I write everything I have to do for work or events, parties, friends' birthdays, just like anything going on. I have this big giant calendar. I'm also just going to give you guys tips about how I run my company, Zachary Reality, I guess, and just like random things like throughout these lives. Like, we're gonna gossip about reality TV, but I want to always just share like tips and tricks and like how I stay organized and like tips on adulting. I just showed you guys like some products before, just like random things. So a way that I keep track of my calendar and my day-to-day life, and maybe this can help everybody, is I have the big calendar, which I can show you on my Instagram, which shows all the days. And then you can write things so far in advance. You see everything you have to do for the month. And then, you turn the page, you write things for December. Whenever it's the end of the month, I get so excited to rip it off. And sometimes I even take a picture so I can like remember for nostalgia. But then I also have a planner, just like a notebook where I write just like everything I have to, not really like everything I have to do. It's more for like brand partnerships, like campaigns I'm on, like a lot of research. I use it for notes sometimes if I'm watching an episode of TV, just like emails and like just random work things I have to do. I write in my notes app, just like things I'm studying on if I'm trying to get knowledge on a show that I might be talking about. And then I also use the notes app in my phone, which is a great way to keep track of things. And I just made like TikTok ideas, like things I need to do tomorrow. I have like a work list of things I need to do tomorrow. And then I have TikTok ideas. I guess I won't show you, but you'll see. I'll read them out. These are just ideas that I have for the near future. So if I ever just can't come up with anything, I'll just go to my TikTok ideas. And I usually update this like every month. I make like a new one because there's so many like old ones. But right now on my short list, I have Tish Cyrus's new man, Jodie Sweetin versus Candace Cameron Burr, Real Housewives of Miami, which is premiering really soon. So that's a reality show I think everyone should watch. I love Miami Housewives. It's on Peacock. So I don't know if you guys have Peacock, but I really enjoy Peacock. It's $4.99 a month. There's every Bravo show. There's lots of movies. I really only use it for the Bravo shows because like the Ultimate Girls Trips were on there originally, which got me excited to buy subscribe. I actually just unsubscribed from my Disney Plus membership today. You can't be subscribed to everything. You just can't. And now that Dancing with the Stars is over, I do love Disney movies, but I feel like there's enough movies on Netflix, and I will always subscribe to Netflix. Always. Netflix is my favorite, but I actually like Peacock. So I'm going to watch Miami Housewives on Peacock. There's also Salt Lake City Housewives as well as Potomac Housewives, which I'm loosely keeping up with, but I think it would be fun to do a TikTok video just giving my thoughts on those two shows. And then I wanted to talk to you guys more about other reality shows you guys might be watching for the winter. I know there's some ideas, so I figure we can kind of come up with some shows that we're going to watch, like maybe My Unorthodox Life on Netflix, maybe Too Hot to Handle, Winter House, Siesta Key. Just let me know what you guys are watching. I preferably only prefer to watch reality TV, but if there is a winter show that anybody recommends, or just like a show that's on right now, maybe it's bingeable, maybe it's on TV, but just something a lot of people are watching, something that you guys are watching, even if it's not reality. I don't really want to watch a show that's not reality, to be completely honest. But I also feel like it would be good for me to just, like, watch something that's not reality, because I truly only watch reality, which I don't really care if you think it's a problem or not. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that it might be good for me as someone who works in the industry and has studied pop culture to just know knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And I think I really have realized recently that even though I'm like the queen of reality TV, whatever, like it'd be nice to learn a little bit more knowledge about like actors and actresses and movies and TV shows, just to kind of know what's going on sometimes. Oops. So let me know. And I want to read some of your questions. So if you guys are here, I see there's 34 people here. So I'm so glad you guys are joining. I want to open up to a little Q&A. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please log into your Gmail if you're not logged in already and leave them in the live chat. And I want to answer some of your questions and just kind of hear some of your opinions or shows you recommend. So I'll give you guys a minute to come up with something. I'm going to take a sip. And then I hope you guys have at least a couple questions, guys. Don't leave me hanging. I feel like since I'm on a live, I can't like keep it silent. But I also like, sometimes I'm the only person here. Like, it's not like you guys are in here. I need like sound effects and stuff, or like voice callers. Okay, we have a few questions. So thank you so much for asking them, and please feel free to keep asking. I am Jesse Yo says, please let us know when you decide on a show so I can follow along. I love watching your recap, so I would love to follow along, and I'm open to your new reality shows. See, that's the point of me asking. And I really feel like my trip to Austin rejuvenated me. I got my creative juices flowing. And I think that's why I decided to do this live tonight. And I'm hoping to make this like a weekly show, because I really feel like watching these shows is the way we connect and in the way that like you guys engage with my content. And that's all I really want. So I would love to watch a reality show with you so you guys can feel like we're watching together. There is this actually like website I used once. It's called Scener, and like we used to watch reality shows together through a live chat. You feel free to check that out, but we can always do that. But it's fun to follow for TikTok, right? So I named a few shows, and then I just explained Hari Watson that I want to watch other shows, but I love reality TV, and that's why I created Zachary Reality. So that's why it's always going to be a reality TV space on my page. But I also am wondering what other shows there are, but not that I'm going to watch them, but I might. Okay, I don't like Below Deck, Alyssa. I'm sorry. Like I've tried to get into Below Deck. I just feel like it's not my thing. I could try again, but it's always seems like a lot of effort for me. I've had it on in the background. I'm sure I could like make a TikTok or two about it, even if I don't watch the whole season, just to kind of give you something. Like maybe just do a recap of like an episode. So I can definitely add that to like my list, because I know people want Below Deck. Hi Stacy, thank you so much for joining. Sonia, what's good? Selena says, did you watch Love is Blind? I thought you were too busy. So I ended up watching the end of Love is Blind. I just talked about in the beginning of this live, if you missed it, some drama between Zenab and Cole. That's like updated drama. But I watched the first couple episodes of Love is Blind, and then I watched the finale and the reunion. So I was able to kind of get into it and learn all the drama. The only reason I was too busy is because Bachelor in Paradise and Dancing with the Stars were both on. Paradise was 2 nights a week, Dancing was 1 night a week, but covering both of those shows were just full-time jobs. Like, I like to really dive into a show, which is why I think I have a loyal and engaged audience on my TikTok, is because when I cover a show, I cover it fully, like from every tea that happens outside of rehearsals to on the episodes to the podcast. So it's like I can't really like fully devote my time to like every show. But now with those 2 shows ending, which is why what inspired me to do this live, is that I have my Monday nights back. I have some more free time. Like, Bachelor and Dancing are over. Like, I have so much more free time that I can utilize and create on my pages and with my content now that these 2 intense shows to cover are over. So that's what I'm really looking for, new shows that we can watch and cover together. And I like bingeable shows. So I think we really should try My Unorthodox Life. I'm gonna watch Too Hot to Handle. If it's not good after an episode, then like we're not finishing it, or we'll just watch the finale. But we can at least give it a try. Siesta Key's okay. The problem with Siesta Key is that no one has confessionals, and I'm just so over it. It's also just like the same storylines, and it's just the editing is weird. But it's fun to kind of dabble in. Winter House is really good. Okay, Paige, Craig, Austin, whatever. Like, great mix of shows. I love Winter House. Selena says, what about Wednesday on Netflix? It looks good. Tell me what Wednesdays on Netflix is about, because I've seen that, but I don't even know what it's about. So let me know. Stacy says, I love Batsheva. I like Batsheva too. I follow her on TikTok. But I don't know if the show's all about her mom or if it's going to be like a lot about Batsheva. It's kind of giving like East Coast Buying Beverly Hills vibes. I don't know if y'all saw Buying Beverly Hills on Netflix with Mauricio, Farrah, Alexia. It was a real estate reality show, which I binged. I loved it. I made a few TikToks about it. It was like the agency, which is Mauricio's real estate business, and he was like training his daughters to kind of take over the agency, and it was just like a lot of real estate drama, and it was just like a good family show. It was like a good mix. So definitely binge that if you haven't binged that already. Selling the OC is also so good, and Selling Sunset, a little bit of tea I have for you guys is Selling the OC is going to be filming 2 seasons back to back. They are starting to film in January. So it's going to be probably about until next summer, until we get Selling the OC season 2. It'll be like the Selling Sunset schedule, where they film 2 in the summer. They're actually filming the 7th season of Selling Sunset right now. I don't know. Whatever the last season was, might have been the 5th or 6th, but they're filming 2 seasons of Selling Sunset back to back. They already filmed the last one. I don't know if it's 5, 6, or 7. I'm forgetting my numbers, but now they're filming the 7th one, I believe. And then Selling the OC is going to work on the same schedule, but they're going to do winter filming. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a similar film crew and production that moves from one show to the other. But Selling the OC is really, really good. So Buying Beverly Hills is similar to that, but that was really great. And it was kind of like the West Coast version of My Unorthodox Life, except on that side of the coast, there's like a disaster going on because the mother, I forgot her name, Julia Hart, she is getting divorced. She got fired from her job. Her life is falling apart. She wrote a book. So I think there's just going to be a lot of drama there. I didn't finish season 1. I might have to watch like the finale or something, or binge a couple episodes before getting into season 2. But I did read online today that season 2 comes out December 2nd. So that's the only reason why I'm like, wait, this is a show we might be able to watch. Ivy Lipkin says, any Rachel drama? Are you talking about Rachel the Bachelorette? Because she did post a picture on her Instagram story with a guy's tattoos, and my followers figured out who it was. So go to my TikTok and click the Rachel page. There's like the Rachel video. It's like a 30-second video, and go to the comment section. I forgot his name. I think it starts with a B, or Matthew or something. I don't know. But my commenters, my followers have figured it out. So go check that out. Adam's Family Wednesday. Yes, Ivy. You know. My nose just got like stuffed. I think from traveling, I got like a little sick this weekend. Just like a little bit of a stuffy nose, which I think also kind of comes with it. Maybe the winter season and the cold. So Yeah, it happens. I also wanted to talk about Gabby and Vinny. There's a couple more topics we need to discuss. So, Gabby and Vinny, they're still commenting on each other's Instagrams. And I kind of feel like Gabby is the one initiating this right now. I originally thought it was Vinny, but now after looking at everything, it seems like Gabby is the one that's really leading this charge because she's commenting on all of Vinny's Instagram pictures and Vinny posts more often. I feel like Gabby has never been a big poster on Instagram. I'm really curious to see what Gabby does with her life now that the shows are over. Like she's gonna do the Dancing with the Stars live tour, which I'm going to see. There's a show in Pasadena in March, so I'm probably gonna get tickets to that if anybody wants to go with me that lives in LA. But I feel like she could really tap into the fashion influencer space, kind of like Tasha did if she wants to. But I haven't seen her do anything like that so far. Like she's never posted like a skin tutorial or really anything. She's kind of been busy with these two shows, but maybe she'll become an influencer if she wants. But Vinny posted on his Instagram, "If I'm a lot, go find less," which was his caption. Gabby replied, "A lot of you is never enough." That's what she commented. And then Vinny posted a reel on Instagram with a bunch of black jackets because Vinny likes to wear black jackets. Gabby replies, "Where's my black jacket?" And then Vinny writes, "What's mine is yours." So they're still flirting on social media. I feel like it's mostly Gabby, and I don't really know if they're kidding or not. Like, obviously, they're joking because if you've seen the interviews, Gabby also called Vinny like her baby daddy on Ryan and Kelly. I don't know. Obviously, they're teasing us, they're trolling us. Maybe this is just like more hype for the Dancing with the Stars live tour, which also, like I mentioned, seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Either way, they're obviously kidding. It doesn't matter. Like, we're all still in on the joke. It's kind of getting old, but like also it's not. Like, I'm still living for it and loving it. So, hey, keep it coming. But it's just still something to laugh at. Um, Lisa says, "I'm going to the Dancing with the Stars show in February here in Southwest Florida." That's so exciting. And then I am Jesse Yo says, "Who do you want to see on Dancing with the Stars from The Bachelor?" Well, I really would like to see Tasha next season on Dancing with the Stars. I would love to see Dixie D'Amelio. I would love to see Jodie Sweden. I would love to see Alex Cooper. I would love to see, ooh, excuse me. I'm sure just like some athletes because they always need to get the older audience with like some older actors. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oof. I don't even know what's in me. But those are just like a few names, a few people that I want to see. I love Dancing with the Stars, and I'm glad that they do it once a year, so it's not so in our face. Like Bachelor gives us like 3 shows a year, which is why it's 5 shows a year sometimes, which is why so many of us get Bachelor fatigue. But Dancing with the Stars always has an exciting cast, so I'm sure they'll come up with great people for next year. Michelle, yeah, that's a great option. So yeah. Oof. But the next season of The Bachelor is on January 23rd, which is going to be Zach's season. I am so glad that there is a long break. Um, Not even looking into the spoilers. A lot of Bachelor accounts have been reporting on the spoilers for the past few months. I personally have not. I'm trying to avoid them. Obviously, things show up on my timeline and on my stories, so there's definitely a few spoilers I know, but I am doing my best to remain completely unspoiled so that when Zach's seasons come, if I decide to watch, which I probably will, but also won't be putting as much like effort into it because it's a lot. But we'll see. Maybe they'll get me hooked. January 23rd. We have so much time. But I'm really just trying to not think about Zach's season until it gets here. That's like the only way that I can continue to watch. We all need to just like shut our Bachelor minds off for the next couple months. Like I still want to keep up with like Paradise couples and like a lot of the other Bachelor drama that's out there and in the public. But as far as like Zach's season personally, like that needs to be just like closed until January 23rd. Sonia says, "I would love to see Michael." Oh, that would be a great idea. Yeah, I know Michael and Danielle are super happy from Paradise. They posted together that they were they were together during Thanksgiving over the weekend. She is planning on moving to Ohio. She's going to be moving in her own apartment nearby because they decided it wasn't the best for them to move in together right away because Michael A has a son, which is going to lead me to my last segment of the night, which is Bachelor in Paradise, what you didn't see at the reunion. I told you guys I would talk to you guys a little bit about that and spill a little bit of tea. So what you didn't see at the reunion is a few things, but as far as Michael and Danielle, since we're closing it out, I have a theory that I have a theory that they already told each other that they loved each other. already. And because they're so mature and they're not going to like do what the producers tell them to do, they didn't want to get engaged, they didn't want to get married, they didn't want to like move it. Like they're just taking things at their own time. I have a feeling that like they already told each other that they loved each other, but they had to give the producers like some type of wow moment, which is why they made it seem like Michael told Danielle for the first time on camera that he was in love with her, because I feel like they've been together for 6 months. And I could be so wrong just because they are taking things so slowly. Like the fact that she's moving there and moving in a different apartment shows how seriously they're taking this. So I could be so wrong, but it's just a theory. Okay. Brandon and Serene also are moving together. They moved in together in San Diego. The show gifted them a trip to Hawaii. Maybe you guys have heard this on social media by now. I think Brandon actually said that they did, but the show gave them a free trip to Hawaii, which wasn't aired on the reunion. And then Genevieve and Shanae, who had, this budding friendship since they were in this big feud on Clayton's season, they were both in the hot seat together and got gifted a free trip to Niagara Falls. I don't know if they're actually going to take the trip. I'm assuming Brandon and Serene will go to Hawaii, but I don't know if Genevieve and Shanae are actually going to go to Niagara Falls. But if they do, I hope that they post TikToks while they're there, and I hope they take advantage of a free trip. I would love a second season of Listen to Your Heart. I think that's a really good idea. I love singing shows. I love competition shows. I love like that type of love shows. So yes, Listen to Your Heart. Definitely would love a season 2. That would be a great way to kind of break up the Bachelor franchise and give us something new. I saw a lot of people complain online about how Paradise was boring this season and that how they could do a few things to spice it up. So maybe adding like, types of Bachelor pad vibes to Paradise could be a good idea for next season, like some challenges or some games or some vote offs, just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting because they're just really chilling on the beach all day. And then this season was just so dragged out. So I think that there is a lot of room for The Bachelor to improve if they want. And if they don't want, then we're going to talk about other shows and move on because we cannot stay on this sinking ship forever. But a few of other things you probably didn't see on the reunion were what? I feel like the main things are already out there. There was the whole like Victoria threw a wine glass at Johnny. I feel like we'll talk about that tomorrow after Victoria and Greg's podcast comes out with Nick. So I'll be on my TikTok. Maybe I'll come on YouTube live if it's necessary to break it down for you guys. Definitely will be doing Instagram coverage. So make sure you're following me on all my pages at Zachary Reality. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this live show on YouTube. I hope to do this every single Monday. So I know that it was kind of last minute. I didn't give you guys a big heads up. But if we do the same time every Monday, then everybody knows. So let's plan to do next Monday as well at 7:30 PST, 10:30 EST. You guys are gonna hold me accountable. But I really want to do this and create like this live show that's weekly because a lot of times I do lives on TikTok and there's just not everyone makes it. So at least on YouTube it's like saved. So we're gonna do these live weekly shows. You're gonna hold me to it. I'll see you next Monday. Maybe I'll do more, but whatever. Either way, if I do a live, if I miss it, if I do one out of the blue, like I'll always save it. Whatevs. Y'all get it. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up before you go. If you're logged in, subscribe to my channel. I have a goal of hitting 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2023 and in 2022. So I have a month to get like 5,000 more subscribers. So that is a serious, serious uphill battle. That's no joke. That is literally no joke. So I have a lot of work to do if I want to hit that goal. But if I don't make goals, how else am I going to motivate myself to create more content and do better and grow as a creator, right? So thank you all for listening. I love you all. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Monday night. And if you missed the live, that's totally okay. But please comment down below. Let me know if you watched. Let me know your thoughts on all the drama we discussed tonight and what reality shows you want me to cover and watch so that I know what you guys are watching and what's out there. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Would really appreciate it. Okay? And subscribe. Thank you. Okay, everybody enjoy your night. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.